Is Oscar Piastri actually better than Lando Norris? After Silverstone's chaos, one thing's clear. McLaren has a problem most teams would kill for. Two alpha drivers. But only one can wear the crown. And what happened behind the scenes will flip your opinion of this rivalry on its head. Let's rewind to 2023. Oscar Piastri enters McLaren fresh off a contract war with Alpine. The now infamous "I will not be driving for Alpine next year" tweet shocked the F1 world and signaled the arrival of a young driver unafraid to bet on himself. He had no prior F1 starts, no test program worth mentioning, just an F2 title, a season on the sidelines, and enormous pressure to perform. Lando, by comparison, was McLaren's golden boy, a fan favorite, a podium finisher, the guy who had carried the team through a rough development phase. No one expected the rookie to shake the foundation. But by mid-season, Piastri wasn't just close. He was threatening. In Qatar, he outqualified and outraced Lando in the sprint, and then backed it up with a clean, calculated drive to third in Japan. His performances weren't flukes. He was measured, mature, and merciless. McLaren's resurgence in 2023, pulling them from 17th as of round 13, Oscar Piastri leads the Drivers' Championship with 176 points. Lando? 160th. Not a massive gap, but enough to prove consistency. More importantly, Oscar has 6 wins to Lando's 2. His qualifying average is 0.135 seconds faster. And his race pace over the last 4 Grand Prix? Second only to Verstappen. Lando's strength has always been his racecraft, tire management, and pace over a stint. But this season, Oscar has matched or beaten him in all 3 areas. Let's take Belgium. Oscar overtakes Lando into La Source on lap 1 and builds a 7-second gap by lap 14. Clean, clinical, controlled. No drama, no radio complaints, just pure execution. When McLaren's own Andrea Stella says there's very, very little between them, what he means is we can't officially pick a number 1 yet, but the performances are starting to speak louder than the politics. Statistically, Oscar's trajectory is steeper. His growth curve is sharper. And for a guy who spent 2022 on the couch, that's extraordinary. But what's really at stake here? More than wins, more than podiums. This is a question of identity. Who does McLaren build around post-2025? On one side, Lando is the face of McLaren. He's been loyal, vocal, and embedded in the team's DNA. Fans adore him. Sponsors love him. He's the safe bet. On the other, Oscar is the disruptor, the new blood, quiet but confident, a student of the game with the raw talent and composure that screams future world champion. It's a philosophical crossroads. Do you bet on familiarity and charisma or precision and potential? What happens when the faster driver isn't the one fans cheer for most? And that's what's really simmering under the surface of this McLaren civil war. It's not just driver versus driver. It's old narrative versus new reality. We've watched Oscar Piastri evolve from a silent threat to a championship contender. We've seen Lando Norris, arguably in his prime, pushed harder than ever. This isn't the first time teammates have clashed. Senna versus Prost, Hamilton versus Rosberg, Vettel versus Weber. But this one's different. The battle is quieter, more professional, but no less intense. And while the world celebrated Lando's Silverstone win, the real story, the real moment of truth, happened the second Oscar Piastri crossed the line in second, angry, silent, and more determined than ever. You've heard the media's version. You've seen the press conference smiles, but this is our side of the story. And next week, we'll go even deeper, with new insider leaks from McLaren's internal debrief.